I don't really follow that too much. It's sort of a witch hunt, just a continuation of the witch hunt.
He shrugged it off as a witch hunt, but Epstein was at his wedding. New footage, old friends, and a growing pile of questions. All while Trump points fingers and Congress runs for cover. When the photos resurface and the names go public, who's really afraid of what Maxwell might say? New archival footage and photographs have emerged that provide unprecedented insight into the relationship between US President Donald Trump and the late financier Jeffrey Epstein. The materials uncovered by CNN's investigative team include previously unknown evidence of Epstein's attendance at Trump's 1993 wedding to Marla Maples at the Plaza Hotel. High society photographer Daffyd Jones, who captured these moments, recalls the encounter vividly. Jones told CNN this week,
"There was this guy there who struck me. The way he was looking. And he gave me his card. It said, Jeffrey Epstein, financial advisor."
The photographer documented Trump with his arm around his two young children, standing next to Epstein as they leaned on a railing at a New York event. Raw footage from a 1999 Victoria's Secret fashion show reveals Trump and Epstein laughing and chatting together ahead of the runway event. This wasn't their first appearance at such gatherings. Getty images show the pair at a 1997 Angels party, 2 years before the newly discovered footage. The relationship between the two men stretched back to the 1980s, with regular appearances at social events in Palm Beach and New York. In a 2002 New York Magazine profile, Trump offered his assessment of Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein, international money man of mystery. Trump described him as a terrific guy, adding,
"It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side."
When CNN contacted Trump about the wedding photos on July 22nd, his response was swift and dismissive. He repeatedly called CNN fake news and hung up before saying,
"You've got to be kidding me."
White House Communications Director Stephen Chung issued a formal statement declaring,
"These are nothing more than out-of-context frame grabs of innocuous videos and pictures of widely attended events to disgustingly infer something nefarious. The fact is that the president kicked him out of his club for being a creep. This is nothing more than a continuation of the fake news stories concocted by the Democrats and the liberal media."
As the Justice Department announced plans to meet with Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's longtime associate currently serving a 20-year prison sentence for sex trafficking, Trump sought to redirect attention elsewhere. When asked about the development during a meeting with Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., Trump's response revealed his strategy.
Yeah, I don't know about it, but I think it's something that sounds appropriate to do. Yeah.
However, Trump quickly pivoted to familiar territory, dismissing the Epstein controversy as a witch hunt.
I didn't know that they were going to do it. I don't really follow that too much. It's sort of a witch hunt, just a continuation of the witch hunt.
Trump then directed his fire towards former President Barack Obama, claiming his spy chief Tulsi Gabbard had uncovered evidence of misconduct. Referring to the recently published materials that she claims show that Obama officials manufactured and politicized intelligence about Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election.
The witch hunt that you should be talking about is they caught President Obama absolutely cold, Tulsi Gabbard. What they did to this country in 2016, starting in 2016, but going up to 2020 in the election. They tried to rig the election and they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences for that. You know, when we caught Hillary Clinton, I said, you know what? Let's not go too far here. It's the ex-wife of a president, and I thought it was sort of terrible. And I let her off the hook, and I'm very happy I did. But it's time to start, after what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly. So people say, oh, you know, a group. It's not a group. It's Obama. His orders are on the paper.
Obama's office issued a rare response, with spokesperson Patrick Rodenbush calling Trump's statements outrageous and noting that conclusions about Russian interference had been widely accepted.
These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction.
The Epstein controversy has created significant tension within Republican ranks on Capitol Hill, forcing House Speaker Mike Johnson to make an unusual decision. Facing pressure from conservative hardliners demanding transparency, Johnson announced the House would finish work a day early, cancelling votes scheduled for later in the week to avoid confronting the Epstein issue directly. The frustration among Trump's base is palpable. Representative Tim Burchett expressed his exasperation bluntly.
We've got to work, man. We've got all those Doge cuts and everything else. I'm sick of it, you know. America's ticked off, and they should be.
The pressure from constituents is unmistakable. Representative Eric Burleson revealed the extent of public interest, stating,
It's the #1 phone call that we get. By far. It's probably 500 to 1.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene confirmed that within the past week, most calls to her congressional office have been all about Epstein. Representative Ralph Norman, who sits on the powerful House Rules Committee, warned that the pressure won't dissipate during the August recess.
This transcends politics. This is about 13, 14, 15-year-old girls getting abused. Nah, this is above politics. This is beyond politics.
House Oversight Chairman James Comer announced plans to subpoena Maxwell's testimony within the next 2 days, expecting any deposition to occur in the prison where she's serving her sentence.
I don't think there are many Republicans that want to give immunity to someone that may have been sex trafficking children.
Speaker Johnson found himself defending his approach while directing criticism at fellow Republicans. His particular frustration with Representative Thomas Massie, who is working with Democrats to force a vote on releasing Epstein files, was unmistakable.
And some people, I try to protect them from themselves, you know? They kick and scream and bite their own colleagues. Some people seem to enjoy trying to inflict political pain on their own teammates. I'm not going to address anybody individually, but I'll tell you that some here are much more frustrated than others. There's a small, tiny handful.
As Congress heads into its August recess, the Epstein controversy shows no signs of fading, with constituents continuing to demand answers and lawmakers preparing for what could be a contentious September when they return to Washington.